Guys, in 2021, if you are leaving Nigeria to come to the United Kingdom to study, you need about 6 to 5 million naira budget, and you're fine. You'll be able to come in, get your cars, and then when you get here, you work and pay the tuition balance. But in 2024, this is not the reality. You cannot even use 6 million naira to relocate, because how much is that? So a lot of people have been asking me that, is it possible for them to come into the UK and then pay their tuition balance, while they're studying? And also, there are so many things I feel that international students coming into the UK need to be aware of before making up that move. So that is what we're going to be discussing in today's video. I'm going to be telling you whether or not you can pay your tuition balance if you come into the UK as an international student. And I'm also going to be telling you at least 5 key things that you need to know before you decide to come into the UK or before you move into the UK. So if this interests you, don't go anywhere. Hi guys, my name is Yeti, and on this channel I share information about relocating abroad, thriving abroad. If this interests you, please do well to stay tuned to this channel, to subscribe. And to search for Amber Home is quite simple. I'm going to leave a link in my description box, guys. All you have to do is click on that link, and then voila, you register, and there will be somebody to contact you from Amber Home, guaranteed to help you with the process. So you are not alone in your accommodation search. There will definitely be someone to help you. So check my description box for the link. This reality, can you come into the UK to work and then pay your tuition balance? I'm going to address that. But before I also address that, I'm going to be telling you things that you need to prepare yourself for before coming into the UK as an international student. The very first on my list is accommodation. I've said this and I cannot stress it enough. There is no under bridge in the United Kingdom, meaning that you cannot find yourself sleeping around in the UK. So before you make the move, you have to make proper plans and plans as to where you plan to land once you arrive in the UK. I will always recommend that you use Amber Student to check your accommodation options, guys. Why do I recommend Amber Student? Amber Student is one of the most reliable, if not the most reliable platform or the most reliable website in which international students can find student accommodation in the UK. Not only are they reliable, they have 24-hour services dedicated to students. So if you have any problem in the middle of the night while you're booking your Amber, or you need a support from the Amber team, you will be sure to get that response. And also, they are reasonable, their prices are affordable. And when it comes to accommodation in the UK, guys, you don't even want to know what residents are facing a lot, because landlords are going to be asking you for credit check history. Most unreasonable things, they're going to be asking you to even get a guarantor and things like that. Like they don't care whether you're just coming into the UK newly as an international student. No, they will ask you for so many documents. And to search for Amber Home is quite simple. I'm going to leave a link in my description box, guys. All you have to do is click on that link, and then voila, you register, and there will be somebody to contact you from Amber Home, guaranteed to help you with the process. So you are not alone in your accommodation search. There will definitely be someone to help you. So check my description box for the link to apply. To avoid the stress of looking for who is going to stand as your guarantor, and you cannot even have credit history because you're obviously just moving newly into the UK, that is why I recommend Amber Students. It is very easy, it's seamless. They'll practically take the burden off you, liaise with the landlord, be like your guarantor with the landlord, and then yes, you have your accommodation. And another reason why I would then suggest Amber Students is because of the kind of accommodation they offer. Like, their accommodations are very comfortable. Get a good accommodation if you use Amber Homes. Their accommodations are very, very much reliable, and the fact that you can always have that support when you need it is one of the reasons why I'll always say that any international student coming into the UK should ensure that they book their accommodation with Amber Home. So once you've sorted out your accommodation, the next thing you need to sort out, guys, is getting a job. I cannot stress it. You will start to pay bills in the UK from the moment that you arrive. Everything is billed, from your transport to going home, to your electricity bill, to your water bill, to your transportation to school, to your feeding. Point is, you will pay bill from the moment you land. The United Kingdom or abroad generally is not like Africa, where there are people that we can actually lean on and not pay bills. I mean, I never paid water bill until I got into the UK. Okay, even there are some places in Nigeria that you can choose not to pay your light bill, but it doesn't happen like that in the United Kingdom. So you have to find means of getting a job. And how do you do it? From the moment you have gotten your admission, guys, start applying for jobs. Yes, because job might not really come around like in 1 week or 2 weeks. So don't wait until you have arrived in the United Kingdom before you start looking for a job. From the moment that you have gotten your visa, ensure that you start applying for job. Not even from the moment you've gotten your visa, guys. From the moment you have at least paid your deposits and you have your cards issued by the university, start applying for jobs. There are so many job boards that you can use. You can use Indeed, you can use LinkedIn, you can use Total Jobs. Just go on Google, part-time jobs in the UK. I've also made a video previously. You can check my channel, or the kind of jobs that international students can get in the UK. Don't forget, international students can only work 20 hours. So it's important that you look for part-time roles that will allow you. Some jobs will tell you that, oh, they only offer full-time roles. So you want to avoid such kind of jobs, at least for now, depending when you have the right to work full-time. But you have to ensure that you are looking for a job from the moment that you're landing in the United Kingdom. So back to the question, can you pay your tuition balance while in the UK? The answer is yes and no, and it depends on your own circumstances, right? But for it to be easy for you to do, you must ensure that you have paid at least 50% of your tuition fee before you leave your home country. Guys, it is important. Pay 50% of your tuition fee. I cannot overemphasize this. I cannot stress this enough, because the more you pay, the easier it is for you, to complete your tuition balance once you land the UK. So say this, guys, if you have the plans of coming into the UK to pay your tuition balance, avoid expensive schools, okay? Avoid expensive schools. You can't say you want to come here and pay your tuition balance and you're going to a school of £22,000. It doesn't work. Let your budget be maximum of £15,000, okay? Ensure that you don't go beyond £15,000 if you want to come into the United Kingdom to work and pay your tuition. It is almost not possible, but even if you're going to do it, ensure that you have paid 50% of your tuition. Ensure that your accommodation is sorted out. So once you can sort your accommodation, you've paid your tuition, and ensure that you have started applying for jobs before you leave your own country. Because if you do not get a job, things might easily go south for you, and you don't want that happening. So it is 50-50. You can actually come into the UK to pay your tuition fee balance, but you have to be dedicated. Don't forget, you have only 20 hours to work. And the honest truth is, that 20 hours that you have to work, if you have not paid reasonable amount of your tuition, it will be difficult to save. Because let's say you're earning minimum £10 an hour and you're working 80 hours in a month, that's £800. So how long do you want to save £800 to pay your tuition balance? Especially if you're not paying accommodation bills, you're paying water bill, whatever you have left might not be enough. So it is important that even if you want to attempt it, you have paid reasonable amounts of your tuition, so that at least what you have to pay is minimal. And then if you go to schools with good payment plan, whilst you are on holiday, you can then work and use it to pay your tuition balance. But do not leave your country and you've paid less than 50% of your tuition and you think you can come into the United Kingdom to pay the balance. It does not work. So another thing you need to note also when you're coming into the UK is the lifestyle here. It's a bit conservative, right? The culture, the people that you meet, you'll be wowed by so many things. So ensure that at least you're open to change, you're open to embrace new things. Whatever you see, just be on your own. Don't go about correcting people. Don't go about being too opinionated, or just be calm, be cool, be collected, and just be open to change. It's a very diverse community. You're going to see some things that will make you question your sanity at times. Yes, a lot of times I'll say something, I'm like, hey, like, are we really in the same world living? So when you see things like that, just don't let it bother you. Know why you are here and be calm. Another thing I need to mention is location here. Before you even that's why I said watch this video before you move to the UK. Before you even make the move, you need to bear in mind that while I know that all jackpot is jackpot as long as you're not in your own country, you also need to be careful of the kind of city that you are in. If you have the option to choose, okay, ensure that you go for cities where you can easily get job. For example, go for cities like Manchester, go for cities like London. Although cost of living in London is expensive, but I always say it, you don't have to live in London. You can be schooling in London and you're living outside of London, like Kent, Essex, somewhere relatively affordable. You don't have to live in London, but If you can't stay in London, your chances of getting jobs are higher than if you're probably at Newcastle or somewhere else. So you want to be in a place where that is not to say that people who live in Newcastle or people who study at the University of Newcastle or universities in Newcastle do not get jobs. No, don't get me wrong. Of course they do, but you have to just be strategic, ensure that you find jobs. So we've come to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found value in it. If you're coming into the United Kingdom again, don't forget you have to sort your accommodation, you have to know the kind of location you're staying, your job as well. You have to start sorting it out because your bills would not pay itself. You have to ensure that you're on top of everything, and I wish you all the very best. Till I come your way next time, guys, stay blessed. Bye.